I heard about the Makerspace through some of our newsletters from the Ruth Lily Medical Library, and it seemed like a really cool opportunity for us to kind of branch out and use new technologies that we hadn't before. Having the access to the Makerspace is a tremendous educational resource. For one, it provides us with opportunities to get models that we normally wouldn't have available commercially. So a lot of the times commercial models can be like really expensive, but with access to the Makerspace, we can not only get anatomically correct models, sometimes based off of real medical imaging data, making it really, really accurate. It allows more active learning. More students are interacting at the same time. They're getting to see the models, touch the models, experience these different anatomical features, and kind of connect them with what they're seeing later on in lab.
So here in the Makerspace, you can do almost anything you want. You can make stickers. You can obviously use the 3D printers. You can make your own t-shirts and coffee mugs. You can do anything from research to making little trinkets. The thing that interests me the most about the Makerspace is just that you can take these ideas that you have and make them into actual 3D objects. This space is great because you can walk in not knowing anything and get started instantly. Cassie and Amanda are great at walking you through things, and most importantly, it's free and fun to do.
So using the Makerspace has influenced my medical training very positively. Going into medical school with my engineering background, I was thinking, oh man, maybe I should tuck that part of my knowledge base in my back pocket and maybe it'll come out someday. But I stepped into medical school, I have this amazing resource offered to me, and it allowed me to think more about the problems that I was engaging with. We're learning all this complex anatomy, and so I learned how to engage with all this different anatomy that I was dissecting, that I was isolating, that I was learning about.
I knew the Makerspace was present when they were in the library, but I never thought of a use for it. I never had a use for it. And then I started trying to understand amino acids in a little bit greater depth. And when you look at the diagram that is in Wikipedia, you could easily see the differences in the amino acids in terms of their structure, but it's a little bit hard to picture how they would look in 3 dimensions. The different types of atoms in the amino acid show up more clearly if you have the small balls. It's a little bit hard for me to orient this, but it's pretty easy to orient these stick and ball figures. The thing that I like about the Makerspace is that they're so accommodating to whoever comes in. And I would recommend that any student who has even any kind of an idea come by and just ask how practical it would be and what steps they could help them use to put it together. The only limitation probably is your imagination.
I have been using the Makerspace primarily for these suturing pads. As surgery residents, our students are learning proper surgery and suturing technique, and so these low-cost suture pads have been really helpful in meeting the needs of our students. Coming to the Makerspace and working with the team here, they made it really easy for me to bring kind of my goals and concerns and ideas and develop a solution or to work through a problem. Having this resource available in the new medical school, I feel, has been a really valuable addition. Having a dedicated space for students who are spending long hours studying very dense material, it gives them a space where they can come in, they can relax and indulge in the creative side of thinking and problem solving before going back to the hard science or studying for very intense materials.
I would absolutely recommend all students take advantage of the Makerspace as much as possible. It's a phenomenal resource.
You don't just have to be a student. You could be one of the SIGs that we have here. You can set up events to learn how to use the 3D printer or to make the other items that the Makerspace allows you to create.
It's going to be a place where you can get that thing done, you get to use a new tool, you get to learn a new skill, and whether it's academic, whether it's personal, whether it's for wellness, or maybe you're doing it for a club, it's going to bring you some type of satisfaction, fulfillment, joy, and it's just going to be that thing that you can do outside of the classroom in medical school.